Well, hello. I felt quite compelled to record this video. Sorry for it shaking, but I'm standing up holding the camera. um, Long story short, gut feeling is the topic of today. So I give you an example why I feel it's important to say about this, and I just felt like somebody had to hear it. So whoever you are, whoever needs to hear this, just listen to the end of the video, please. Right, so I was once married, but prior to getting married to that person, when I was engaged to that person, I actually tried to call the wedding off. I tried to end the relationship. I really did try. Okay, and that was after at the time it was 2.5 years of being with that person. Due to something that never happened after promising me constantly they would do something, they would change. And this is not because I wanted to change the person, right? So don't start being a keyboard warrior with me before anyone starts having a pop. It was something that was basically personal between myself and him, something intimate. And whenever I asked, not that I would nag, but whenever I tried to understand the person, whenever I tried to find out what is the situation, why do we have this problem in our relationship, he couldn't come up with an answer. He couldn't give me an answer. And it was very frustrating because I wanted to understand him. I wanted to try and find out a solution to make things work. Stupidly, I didn't listen to my gut. I listened to him and I believed that he would change. He promised me he would, with all the spiel that came with it. And I went through with the wedding, got married, and 3.5 years down the line, still nothing had changed. By then, I'd gone to, I don't know how many medical appointments, doctor's appointments, hospital appointments, counselling appointments to try and get the situation resolved. Every medical profession said the same thing to him. Please make an effort for your wife. You need to listen to her. Continuously the same message was given to him. He said, yes, I know. I would then have a conversation with him, leading on from that conversation with the medical professional. Nothing happened, nothing changed. So I was miserable, I was unhappy, I'd had enough. And what I did was, at the very end of that relationship, on the final chance, I physically wrote everything down on a piece of paper. I made him read it in front of me, and I basically said, there is no more conversation, there is no more chance after this, this is your final chance. If it doesn't change, if things don't improve, it's over. Because I'd had enough, right? Enough was enough. 7 months after that, nothing had changed, nothing had happened. He was very clear, he knew the situation, and I ended it. I walked away. So it was very difficult, it wasn't easy, but my sanity really was at a biting point. Like, I had to do something for me. I was so miserable, so unhappy. I'd piled weight on from comfort eating. I was perimenopausal, although I hadn't been diagnosed with that, but I certainly was. Not that that was the issue that was causing the problem in the relationship. It was something completely different. And I am someone that if there's an issue, if there's a problem, I go and seek help. I go and get it sorted. I don't let things fester. It's not good for me. I find it would just make me unwell mentally. Anxiety would be through the roof, etc., etc. So anyway, I ended the relationship. But the learning or the lesson from that was my gut feeling, my intuition, my gut feeling was telling me not to get married to that person. Do not go through with it. You will be making a mistake. And I didn't listen. Although I did initially I did try to listen to my gut feeling. I did try to call off the wedding, blah, blah, blah. But I still ended up listening to him over my own gut feeling. And that was the mistake I made. I didn't trust my gut feeling enough to know that my gut feeling was telling me the right thing. My gut feeling was advising me, do not go through with the wedding. It's not going to go the way you want it to go. So that was my lesson. So what I'm saying to whoever needs to hear this message, please, 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 if something is off, if something doesn't feel right, if something is screaming at you intuitively in your tummy, you get that feeling, that gut feeling, please listen to it. There's a reason why people call your stomach your second brain, because You pick up on energy. If you're an intuitive person like me, and I'm very intuitive, and as I've got older, my intuition has increased, has got stronger. I pick up on energy a lot quicker. I'm more in tuned. Yes, it's life experience. Yes, it can make things, help shape you, helps grow your intuition. You know how what you pick up with, etc. I give you another example. There's, for example, if you was to walk into a meeting room and there's like this atmosphere, and there's a saying, you could cut the atmosphere with a knife. That's exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so I'm going to stand over here because the glare from the screen is the glare from the screen is reflecting on my glasses all the time, and it drives me nuts. And you can see the kitchen is not quite finished. Sorry, the kitchen's half done. So please go with your gut feeling on everything and anything. It's there for a reason. It's telling you something. You need to listen to it. It's all very well getting advice from people, and I know including me, but I'm giving this advice for a reason because I learned the hard way. If your stomach, your gut feeling, your intuition is telling you something is off, it's probably because there's something that is off, something is wrong, or you shouldn't be going down that path, you should be going down that path, or whatever the situation is. But that was my biggest lesson, and I learned the hard way. Now I'm divorced, 5 years divorced, moved on, now in a happy relationship, no issues whatsoever, very happy, finally with the person who I think I should be with. Watch this space, who knows. But that said, please just follow your gut, listen to your gut, believe your feelings. You're not cracking up, you're not losing the plot. I was right in what I was thinking and saying at the time. It's just sad that I didn't believe in myself strongly enough to believe that what I was thinking and feeling was right. So I've learned from that. There's an amazing lady called Maya Angelou. She's sadly passed now, but she was an amazing writer, scholar, I believe, or poetry. She's written so many books. There's a lot of old, I say a lot. There's some interviews out there from listening to her, being interviewed by chat show hosts and other people that were interested in her and her wisdom. She's such a wise lady. Her quote is very simple, but it speaks volumes to me, and it also reiterates what I'm saying. So her quote was something like, when someone shows you their true colours, believe them. So you take from that whatever you wish. If someone shows you their true colours, believe them. Okay? Because to me, what it means for me is they've demonstrated to you their behaviour. They've demonstrated to you however which way they think, feel, whatever. And it's up to you then to decide whether you're there to tolerate it, whether you're there to understand it, or something else, okay? Or walk away. I get from people, it's difficult to say, like, I understand people go through different things at different times in their life, okay? So I'm not judging people, don't get me wrong. I understand about mental health. I understand people that have had addictions and things like that. But ultimately, it's down to that individual to seek help, to seek advice, to help get better as best as they can, with the right professional people around them. I'm not a professional in that sense anymore, so I will not be able to comment as such, but I did train in mental health nursing and did deal with people with various mental health conditions, different ages and so forth, okay? So I have an understanding, that's for sure, an experience from the past. And I have a couple of friends as well that, have had addictions and things and have basically combated it and are in recovery through sobriety and doing things to better their life now and to be on a different path in life, which is fantastic. Is it easy? No, it's not. And I take my hat off to them. Like me with my addiction with food, I comfort eat, and the fact that I've gained weight as well is not doing me any favours. Menopause, I've gained weight as well, so that's not doing me any favours. But I'm now finally tackling the weight situation, and I have lost half a stone. So it's going in the right direction, as an example. So I'm basically practicing what I preach, shall we say. So if that makes sense. But if anyone is listening to this, please follow your gut. You know, if something isn't right, it's normally because you're right on what you're thinking and feeling. One more example. I used to work in a different place, completely different to where I am now. And a lot of staff that have worked in this company over the years knew this male individual. Once, I can't even remember his name, to be honest, because I just didn't want to know. But anyway, everyone was like, oh, he's lovely. And I'm like, I know I don't know the person, but energy don't lie to me. And I'm sorry, something's off with him. And everyone would be like, oh, Ree, what are you on about? You don't know him. How can you say that? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I go by my gut feeling. I feel energy with people and something is telling me there's something not right with him. I'm sorry to judge. I don't mean it like that, but I just go with my gut from now on. I've learnt my lessons, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fast forward through the grapevine a while later, it turned out that that individual actually raped more than one lady, more than one woman. So far as I'm concerned, I was picking up on that bad energy for whatever reason, and it was telling me to stay well away from that person, stay clear. And thankfully I listened, and thankfully I didn't get to know that individual, and I'm safe and I'm happy days. You know, not that I wish anything bad to happen to anybody else, but my energy was telling me something, okay? So it's an indicator. It's indicating to you that something is off. It's probably because there's something is off, there's something wrong. Those people now clearly don't want nothing to do with him. Why? Because he raped someone. He raped more than one person. Not a nice person to be around, you know. Sorry, I'm not opening a can of worms, and I don't mean to trigger people. But energy don't lie. All I can say, energy don't lie. And I know when something is off for people. Very rare do I not know. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still learning. I'm still going through the motions of life, you know. But energy don't lie, guys. And if something feels wrong or doesn't feel right, just go with your gut. Trust it. Okay. I hope this makes sense. Anyone that doesn't like this video, fine, you're entitled to your opinion. Please keep this a safe space. I want this channel to be a safe space for everyone that supports me. If you're not happy or don't believe what I'm saying, please just stop watching, move away. You don't need to be nasty or be a keyboard warrior. Not interested. If you are that negative or don't want to support me, look, honestly, move on. You know, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, okay? Save your energy, right? That's the main thing. Save your energy for something else. On that note, anyway, have a great day, guys. Stay blessed, and thank you for being here, and thank you for watching to the very end, because the YouTube algorithm monitors, and basically you have to watch someone's video right through to the very end for it to perform and to get out there to other people in the cyberspace world, YouTube world, whatever you want to call it. So thank you for staying till the very end. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your support. So thank you. Anyway, enough of me yapping on. Have a great day, guys. Stay blessed. Take care.